हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू दिस वीडियो। इस वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे कॉन्सेप्ट्स के पार्ट 4 के बारे में, जो कि होगा डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ग्राफ्स के बारे में। ठीक है, चलो शुरू करते हैं। द ग्राफिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ ए लिनियर मोशन। ओके, हम इसमें तीन तीन ग्राफ देखेंगे: डिस्प्लेसमेंट टाइम ग्राफ, वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ एंड एक्सीलरेशन टाइम ग्राफ। ठीक है, फर्स्ट होता है डिस्प्लेसमेंट टाइम ग्राफ। इस डिस्प्लेसमेंट टाइम ग्राफ में द टाइम विल बी टेकन ऑन द एक्स एक्सिस and the displacement of the body will be taken on the y-axis. Okay, and from this graph we will obtain the velocity. Okay, if this is an time axis, means this is an graph, then here it is taken time, here it is taken distance, and if this is the graph, then from this, if we can find it, then we will find the velocity. Okay, by taking the slope. Since velocity is the ratio of displacement and time, therefore the slope of displacement time graph gives velocity. We know that the velocity is the ratio of displacement by time. So when we plot an displacement time graph, then from the slope we can find the velocity. Okay. So if the slope of the graph is positive, it implies the body is moving away. Okay, from the starting point. If the slope is negative, then the body is returning to the starting point. Okay, got it? Now we have to, now when we see the graph, will be more clear. Okay. Okay, there are few cases. There are basically two cases: case 1 and case 2. Okay, suppose there is a case in which the body is not changing its position, means changing its displacement or changing its position in a certain direction. Then if it is not changing its position in a certain direction, that will be called displacement. And if it is body is not changing its displacement with respect to time, then what can we call? We'll call it what? Body is at stationary, because the body is not moving. And in that case, the displacement is measured from the origin. Okay, displacement will always be measured from the origin. If that body is not moving, then in that case, the bodies means the displacement remains constant. But time and tide waits for none. So time will not wait. So what? Time will keep on increasing, but its displacement remains constant. In that case, the displacement time graph would be an straight line, parallel line with respect to the time axis, that is with respect to the x-axis. And in this case, velocity can be obtained because there is no displacement. So if there is no displacement, then how can, because then a change of displacement with respect to time is velocity. If there is no displacement, so how can we find the velocity? Okay, got it? In the second case, if the body is moving with uniform velocity, okay, if the body is moving with uniform velocity, then what? It would be changing its displacement in a particular direction. It would be changing its displacement, no? Then only you will get what? It will be moving with uniform velocity, changing its direction with equal interval of time. Then we can say that it is moving with uniform velocity. If it is moving with uniform velocity, its displacement increases by the same amount of time each second. Okay, for 1 second it is 1 kilometer per hour. For 2 seconds it would be 2 kilometer per hour. For 3 seconds it would be 3 kilometer per hour. So it is keeping on increase. So you can see in the first second it is 10 meter. In the seconds 2 seconds that is 20 meter. In the 3 seconds that is 30 meter. In the 4 seconds it is 40 meter. Okay, it is keeping on increasing at a uniform velocity. Okay, so in this case you can find the slope. If you consider here this point 4 and sorry, this point 40 and 30. Okay, if we create a triangle here, we can find the slope. What will be that slope? 40 minus 30 and 4 minus 3. If you will calculate, so 40 minus 30 by 4 minus 3, then that will be what? Equal to will be 10 meter per second, isn't it? 40 minus 30 will be 10, 4 minus 3 will be 1, so that will be 10 meter per second. So for a body moving with uniform velocity, the displacement is directly proportional to time. Okay, if the body will be moving with uniform velocity, then its displacement is directly proportional to the time. Okay, here it's the velocity of a car can be obtained by finding the slope. In this case, it is I took only two boxes. Here it is take one box. It is taken two boxes. Okay, so here it is 40 to 20 and 4 to 2. And if we also calculate it, so what, 40 is the final, 20 is the initial, and here 4 is the final and 2 is the initial. So when we subtract by the final minus initial, 40 minus 20 by 4 minus 2, it would be 10 meter per second. We also find it there. We took one box and it is taken here two boxes in the graph box. Okay, graph. Obviously, larger is the slope, higher is the velocity. If the slope is higher, slope is more, then the velocity will be more. If the slope is lowest, velocity will be less. Okay, here is another example. Okay, this is the graph. Okay, you can see that it is from point O it started and it reached the highest point in point A, and then it returned back from to point O. Okay, means to the same displacement 0. It started here, it reached this point and it came back. Here you can see that it represents the displacement time graph of a ball which, while moving on a perfectly smooth floor, hits a wall at time t equal to 6 seconds and then comes back. Okay, it is an example of a ball that is being thrown to the wall. It takes 6 seconds to hit the wall. So that means that is the highest displacement. Then what is that? Then that comes back to its own position. Okay, you can see that here 0 is 0, at 2 seconds that is 20 meter, at 4 it is 40 meter, at 6 is 60 meter. This is the highest. Then it keeps on increasing, then it decreases. At 8 seconds that is 45, at 10 seconds that is 30 meter, 12 seconds is 15 meter, and at 14 seconds it comes back to its own position. Okay, so here we will get two slopes. Okay, here you will get two slopes. For this you can see that the slope would be positive because it is from a starting position, it is moving away. Here it moved away from A to B. It would, what it means, it is coming back to its own position, to the zero displacement. So in that case the slope would be negative. From in this case, if we calculate this, okay, so that would be what, 40 minus 20, 40 minus 20 divide by 4 minus 2. Okay, just a second. 4 minus 2, that would be 10 meter per second. In this case, as it is coming back to its own position, if we consider it, let us take this 2 point. Here it is what, here the final is 10 meter and initial was 8 meters. So here it would be, okay, just a minute. Here final was initial, minus final. Okay, then that would be 10 minus 8, I guess. 10, oh yeah, okay. It is finally is what, 20 meter, initial was 40 meter. So in this case that would be 20 minus 40 divided by 10 minus 8. So in this case that would be minus 20 by minus 20. Okay, just a second. This point is 30. This point is 40. 40 minus 30, that is 10. It is, just a second. No, that is 45. Okay, sorry. Bigger pardon. That is 30 minus 45. 30 minus 25 and 10 minus 8. That would be minus 15 by 2. Okay, that would be minus, that would come minus 7.5. So in this case you got two velocities. One is 10 meter per second, another is minus 7.5 meter per second. You also got like this slope of the line. Here it took from this A to O in 60 minus 0. I took for these 2 points. Okay. Here thus the slope of the line OA is positive as it is moving with uniform motion of a ball with velocity 10 meter per second towards the wall away from the starting point, while the slope of AB is negative because it is returning to its own position, starting position, and it is moving with minus 7.5 is the negative sign, so it is moving with 7.5 meter per second. Okay, which represents the velocity 7.5 meter per second towards the starting point after the hitting the wall. Okay, there is a third case also. In this case, if a body, here is a note 1 is there, the displacement time graph can never be a straight line. Okay, displacement time graph can never be a straight line. parallel to the displacement axis, because such a line would mean that the distance covered by the body in a certain direction increases without any increasing time. How can this graph obtain? How can we obtain this graph? Okay, in this case the time remains constant, but displacement keeps on increasing. So this case is not possible. So we cannot get a graph that is parallel to the displacement axis. We can get a graph that is parallel to the time axis. Mind it, okay? Keep it in your head. अगर if a body moves with a varying speed in fixed direction, that is with variable velocity, the displacement time graph is not a straight line, but it is a curve. Okay, अगर एक body move कर रहा है varying speed में in a fixed direction, उसका direction same है पर वो varying speed में move कर रहा है, तो फिर उस वक्त हमारा जो ग्राफ निकलेगा वो एक स्ट्रेट लाइन नहीं निकलेगा, वो एक निकलेगा कर्व के दौरान, ठीक है? तो वेलोसिटी एट एनी इंस्टेंट जो भी निकलेगा कोई भी इंस्टेंट में, इट कैन बी ऑब्टेन्ड बाय फाइंडिंग द स्लोप ऑफ द टेंजेंट ड्रॉन। ओके, सो उसको हम एक टेंजेंट से जोड़कर ग्राफ निकल मींस वेलोसिटी निकाल सकते हैं। देख सकते हो ये इस पॉइंट में ए में एक टेंजेंट क्रॉस किया, वो क्रॉस करने से वो कहाँ रीच हुआ? एक रीच हुआ 10 से, एक रीच हुआ 50 से। तो फिर उसी दौरान टाइम कितना था? 7 था और 3 था। तो फिर अगर वो टेंजेंट होगा तो फिर क्या होगा? फाइनल माइनस इनिशियल, 50 माइनस 10, और वो कितना है? 7 माइनस 3, 40 माइनस 4, 40/4, दैट विल बी 10 मीटर पर सेकंड। सो वेलोसिटी ऑफ द बॉडी एट टाइम इक्वल टू t इक्वल टू 5 सेकंड में कितना होगा? s इक्वल टू 30 मीटर इज 10 मीटर पर सेकंड। ओके, गॉट इट? फिर आता है कंक्लूजंस में। कंक्लूजन क्या है? इफ द डिस्प्लेसमेंट टाइम ग्राफ of an object is a straight line parallel to the time axis, the object is stationary. Okay, अगर वो टाइम एक्सिस से पैरेलल होगा तो फिर वो स्टेशनरी होगा। इफ ग्राफ स्ट्रेट लाइन है तो फिर वो मोशन क्या है? यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी है। अगर वो ग्राफ कर्व है तो फिर क्या है? वो यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी से नॉन यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी में मूव कर रहा है। अगर डिस्प्लेसमेंट टाइम ग्राफ का स्लोप स्ट्रेट लाइन है तो क्या कहता है? गिव्स द वेलोसिटी ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट एट दैट इंस्टेंट। ओके, if the slope is positive, it represents that the object is moving away from starting point. If slope is negative, it is moving towards the starting point. Okay, फिर आते हैं क्या? Velocity time graph. In this case also time is taken on x axis. जो दोनों केस देखे, दोनों केस में क्या होता है? टाइम ऑलवेज एक्स एक्सिस में लिया जाता है, और वेलोसिटी कहाँ लिया जाएगा? वो लिया जाएगा वाई एक्सिस में, ठीक है? velocity क्या है? वेक्टर क्वांटिटी है। द पॉजिटिव वेलोसिटी मींस दैट बॉडी इज मूविंग इन ए सर्टेन डायरेक्शन, and the negative velocity means that the body is moving in an opposite direction. Okay, velocity time graph, we can determine the displacement of the body in a certain time interval and the acceleration of the body. From velocity time graph we can obtain two things. One is the displacement of the body in a certain time interval and the acceleration of a body at any instant. Okay, first we will obtain the displacement from the velocity. Okay, in this case this is a velocity time graph, and the object is starting from point A and it is reaching the point I. Okay, this is the path traveled from A to B, then B to C, then C to D, D to E, E to F, F to G, then to H and to I. Okay, from this we have to find the A to B. We have the area enclosed above the time axis represents the positive displacement, and that is the distance traveled from the starting point, while the area enclosed below the time axis represents the negative displacement. Okay, the area enclosed above the time axis means, if this is the time axis, the area enclosed above the time axis is the positive displacement, while the area enclosed below the time axis is considered as negative displacement. Okay, in this let us consider the ABC as a triangle. If ABC is a triangle, how can we find the area? First we have to draw a straight line from point B to the time axis. Then we can divide it into two triangles, two right angle triangles. Okay, in case of right angle triangle, okay, we can consider it that way. But in this, from if we create a straight line from point B to the time axis, then we can find the height of the triangle. By using the height of a triangle, we can find the area. Half into base into height. Height is what? 5. 5 meter is the highest, 5 meter per second is the highest velocity. Okay, so that would be half into 4 second, that is the total base, and height is 5 second, 5 meter per second, so that will give 10 meter. Now we have to find the trapezium. This was the area of the triangle. Now you have to find the area of the trapezium CDEF. We know that the trapezium formula is what? We have to find the area half into sum of the parallel sides into height. Okay, what will be the height? That would be minus 5. So we can, if as we know that height can be taken in the minus 5, so we'll consider it as 5. Okay, so half into 5 plus 3, 5 plus 3 will be the sum of the parallel sides. Okay, this is 5, and this is 5, and this is 3, from 5 to 8, and this is from 4 to 9. Okay, so in that case 5 up into 5 plus 3 into 5 meter per second, that would be 20 meter. Now you have to find the area of another trapezium, that is F, G, H and I. Okay, F, G and H and I. That case also the two parallel sides would be 4 and 2, and that is 5 meter per second is the height. So we got 15 meter. So then the displacement of the body would be area of triangle minus area of trapezium CDEF. Okay, here that would be minus and this will be plus. So 10 plus 15, 25 minus 5, that would be 5 meter. That would be the area, that would be the displacement of the body. But the total distance would be, we have, in case of total distance travel, that would be the displacement, would be 5 meter. But the total distance would be, we have to add everything. Okay, that would be 10 plus 20 plus 15, that would be around 45 meter. Okay, got it? The next is the determination of the acceleration. Since the acceleration is equal to the ratio of change in velocity and time taken, therefore slope of the velocity time sketch gives the acceleration. Is that? Okay. In this figure only, we have to find the acceleration. Figure 2.12, part AB is in motion. Okay, when the part AB is in motion, we have to find the slope. Slope will be what? Change in velocity y by change in time. Okay, or time is what? 3 seconds, and velocity was 5 seconds. So here would be 1.67 meter per second square. In the part BD, okay, here is the total time, means total velocity change is 10. Minus 5 and minus 5, that would be minus 10, and the time change is 5 minus 3, that would be 2. So that is minus 5 meter per second square. Here acceleration is minus 5 meter per second square, or you can say that retardation is 5 meter per second square. Okay. With the part DE, sorry, DE, the acceleration is 0, because here the velocity is remain constant. Okay, since the slope is positive in part AB, it is the accelerated motion, and its slope is negative in part of BD, so it is a retarding motion, or in the DZ accelerated motion. And in the part DE, the slope is 0, so the motion is with constant velocity. Okay, in this, so we can find that the motion is with constant velocity. Now we can consider the following cases. If a body is in motion with uniform velocity, then the velocity time graph is a straight line parallel to the time axis. Okay, if the body is in motion with a uniform velocity, then we will get the velocity time graph as a straight line that is parallel to the time axis. In the case 2, if a body is in motion with uniform acceleration, the velocity time graph is a straight line inclined to the time axis. Okay, when the body was in motion with uniform velocity, the time graph we obtained was straight line to the parallel time axis. But when the body is in motion with uniform acceleration, the velocity time graph is a straight line that is inclined towards time axis. Okay, Here you can see the time is in second. When at 0 it is 0. At time 1 second, that is 10 meter per second square, 10 meter per second. At time 2 it is 20 meter per second. At time 3 it is 30 meter per second. Okay. Obviously the velocity is increasing by an equal amount in each second. That is, the body is moving with uniform acceleration. The velocity time graph is a straight line inclined to time axis. Okay, this is a time. So if you want to calculate the total distance traveled, how can we calculate? We can calculate by taking the whole triangle OPQ. Okay, if we can find the area, then we can find the total distance traveled. That will be what? Half into base into height. Here the base is 8 second, means 8, and height is 80 meter per second. So when we use it, the formula, we can get it is 320 meter. So the acceleration would be slope of the line OP. So if we consider these 2 point, okay, these 2 point, so what is the time? 5 to 3, and it is 50 to 30. So that would be 10 meter per second square. When you calculate it, 50 minus 30 by 5 minus 3, 50 minus 30 by 5 minus 3 will get what? 10 meter per second square. Okay. If the motion is with uniform retardation, then the velocity decreases by an equal amount, and then the velocity time graph is a straight line inclined to the time axis with a negative slope. Okay, it will be also a straight line when the body will be moving with uniform retardation, but the slope would be a negative. Okay, here in this diagram you can see that the body was at 40 meter per second, then it came to rest at 4 seconds. So in this also total distance traveled would be 40 minus 0 by 4 minus 0. That would be, first we have to distance would be area. Area would be the distance. So that would be 4 would be the base and 40 would be the height. So that would be half into 40 into 4, that would be 80 meter. But when we will find the retardation, we know that retardation's slope would be negative, so we have to use a negative sign first, then we have to multiply it with the slope of the line. And when we calculate the slope, let us consider 30 minus 20. Okay, and if 30 minus 20 means that is 2 minus 1, that would be 10. 30 minus 20, that should have been, that would be 20 minus 30 by 2 minus 1, that would be minus 10. There is minus earlier also, that would be 10. Okay, that would be 10 meter per second square. If that would have been acceleration, we would have turned minus 10, as we slope can be minus 10, so we will tell 10 meter per second square. Okay, obviously on velocity time graph, larger the slope, higher would be the acceleration or retardation. Velocity time graph can never be a straight line parallel to the velocity axis. Here the velocity time graph can never be a straight line that is parallel to the velocity axis. In that case, the time would be constant, but the velocity would be keeping on increasing. So that is not a possible. If the body is initially moving with the same velocity, then it accelerates. The velocity time sketch for the accelerated motion will start from the point on the velocity axis corresponding to the initial velocity. Okay. What are the conclusions? I think you can do this. Okay. Here, see. Consider this graph, part A, B. It is what? It is accelerating. Then B to C, it is constant. Consider the motion of a body released from a height to fall down vertically. Initially from rest, the velocity increasing uniformly for 5 seconds. Okay. And acquiring the velocity 50 meter per second. Then after hitting the ground, it rises vertically upwards to the same height with velocity decreasing uniformly. In this case, the velocity time graph is shown. Suppose a body is falling, is released from a height. Okay. vertically. When it hits the ground, it bounces back to the same point, but with a decreasing velocity. Okay, so the graph that we obtain is this. In the part AB, you can see that it is accelerating. It is, if the acceleration is there, then the slope of the line would be positive, and that would be 50 50 minus 0, and that would be 5 minus 0. 50 minus 0 by 5 minus 0 is 0, means that would be 10 meter per second square. Okay, in the part CD would be what? That is, it is decreasing. Okay, if it would be decreasing, then what? The slope would be negative. If slope is negative, then that is what? Retardation. In case of retardation, 6, okay, let us consider here only 5 minus 10, that would be 5. 10 minus means 5 minus not 10 minus 5, that is 5, and in this case 0 minus 50. Okay, 0 minus 50, that is also minus 10, and here the retardation is 10 meter per second square. But when we find the total distance would be, we have to find the area. Area is half into 50 into what? Half into 50 into 5. 2, here it is 25, this is 125, and if it is 125, it will be also 125, then that is equal to 250 meter. Okay, so what are the conclusions that we derive from the velocity time graph? For the motion with uniform velocity, the velocity time graph is a straight line parallel to the time axis. If the velocity time graph is a straight line inclined to the time axis, then that will be moving with uniform velocity. If the velocity time graph is a curve, the motion is with non-uniform acceleration. Okay, if the slope of the straight line gives the acceleration at that instant, the positive slope means the velocity is increasing with time, that is accelerated motion. If the slope is negative, then that is means that the body is retarding with constant acceleration with velocity decreasing with time, retarding motion. And if the slope is 0, then it implies that motion is with constant velocity. Okay, the area enclosed from the velocity time sketch will get the distance, and if we'll get the displacement or distance, will gives the certain time interval will give the displacement. Area above the time axis would give positive displacement, the area below the time axis would give negative displacement. So knowing the distance, the whole area would give us the distance, and in that case everything would be count and no negative or positive is considered. Okay, there is also another acceleration time graph. Okay, in the acceleration time graph, the time is taken on x-axis as usual, and the acceleration is taken on y-axis. From this graph, we can find the change in speed in certain time interval. Okay. From this graph, we can find the change in speed. Therefore, from the area enclosed between the acceleration time sketch and the time axis, we get the change in speed. First case we have to consider is the body is stationary or if it is moving with uniform velocity. If the body is stationary or it is moving with uniform velocity, then in such a case a straight line is coinciding with the time axis. If the body is not, if the body is moving with uniform velocity, then in that case the acceleration would be 0, and if that is 0, then it will coincide with the time axis. Okay, when the velocity is in motion, when a velocity of body is in motion increases uniformly with time, the acceleration is constant. Okay, if when the body is moving, means the velocity is changing, means with time. If for 1 second it is 10 kilometer, means 10 meter per second. If for 2 seconds, that would be 20 meter per second. In that case, we can consider it is a uniform acceleration. In case of uniform acceleration, acceleration is constant. In that case, we'll get the graph that is parallel to time axis because the acceleration remains constant. When the velocity body is decreasing at a constant rate. In case of acceleration, it is found that the time means the line is parallel to the time axis, but in the positive side. When the body will be velocity of the body will be decreasing, that is, it would be retarding. In that case, that straight line that will be obtaining would be in the negative side of the y-axis. So that, so thus the line parallel, it would be also parallel to the x-axis, time axis, but it will be on the negative side. Okay. On case 4, if the velocity of the body changes in an irregular manner, the acceleration is variable, and the acceleration time graph will then be a curve of any shape. Okay, if the velocity is changing, then it will be an irregular manner and the acceleration is variable. So in that case, the acceleration time graph would be a curve. Okay. Okay, guys, that will be all for today. My mouth is paining, so that will be all. In the next class, we'll discuss more about that. So thank you for watching my video. Keep liking my videos, uh, keep sharing it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. More subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and encourage more people so that they can subscribe to my channel. Okay. Thank you guys. See you in the next one. Tada.